For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check out g2a.com, and if you need any Ultimate Team coins, then head over to FIFA. The code CHES will get you a discount on both sites, and all links are down below. Hey guys, how's it going? CHES back again, and welcome to episode number 24 of the Liverpool career mode here on FIFA 15. Sadly, we start on a bit of a downbeat note. As you can see, Felipe Coutinho is going to be out for 5 days. Both players picked up injuries in yesterday's Capital One Cup final, and the worst news is that Jordan Henderson is going to be out for 3 months with a broken ankle. If you missed yesterday's episode, then there will be a link as an annotation in the bottom left hand side to take you to it. It was a live comm from the Capital One Cup final. Also yesterday, I may have gotten the best pack of all time that I've ever pulled on Ultimate Team as well, and I put up a short video for that. Definitely check that out as well if you missed it. A cheeky Team of the Year pull. But anyway, let's crack on with today's episode, shall we? We've got Burnley at home in the first one. Obviously, as you'll be able to see in just a second, they're not having the best of seasons. Currently sat rock bottom of the Barclays Premier League whilst we're in 7th. Only 3 points off the European spots though, so not far away, and with a game in hand. So should we win this, we'll be right up there with Manchester City in 5th, hoping to overtake them at some point in the near future. But as you can see, I'm starting a decent strength side, a bit of a rotation side. Some first teamers in there, some rotation players in there, because of course, as you saw from the fixture list at the beginning, we currently have 3 games in the space of 5 days. Brilliant. So the first one is this one, which comes about 4 days, I think, after the Capital One Cup final. So this one against Burnley. Then we've got 2 days, then Southampton, and then 2 days, then Manchester City. So definitely going to be really tough on the squad. We actually have to be on the defensive in the opening few minutes. They draw a really good save out of Rene Adler, and that was a real statement of intent from them. So we're actually going to try and get a goal from the corner. But again, Adler does well to deal with it. Comes and punches. There's Balotelli on the counter-attack. Gets it to Markovic, who himself has enough pace to race away. But as the defender committed himself, I thought, fine, I'll square it to Balotelli. Racing through one-on-one, and a top save from Tom Heaton, and somehow Markovic can't find himself onto the rebound, and it doesn't quite find its way into the back of the net. You see Markovic there just swinging and missing as the ball passed him by. We're still in the attack though. Adam Lallana's going to square it across to Markovic again, cuts inside here really nicely, has the shot, but takes a deflection off Kieran Trippier's knee to go out for a corner, and unfortunately nothing came of that corner either. We're still in the first half, just heading into the stoppage time period. Marvin Sordell plays through Sam Vokes, and again Rene Adler, who hadn't been that active since the first few minutes, does well to keep his focus, keep his composure, keep his concentration levels up, and make a big save for us, because if we'd have gone in at half-time 1-0 down, I really would have been quite disappointed. But Balotelli comes the closest either side had come so far by hitting the post. However, he was offside, unfortunately, when the ball was played through to him. So into the second half we go. They've made a couple of changes. You can see Matt Taylor's come on for George Boyd. Great feat by Schneidlin, squares it to Lallana, tries to squeeze it into that far bottom corner. Really nicely placed shot, but again, Tom Heaton is the man in form, the goalkeeper in form. Both goalkeepers actually playing very well in this game, and we stay at 0-0. But Balotelli's played through here. Nice little drag back there to get away from the defender. Gives it a good old whack. That's headed towards the bottom corner, and then Tom Heaton completely defies physics to actually make that save. You'll see from the replay, the ball's headed to the far top right-hand corner, and watch the angle at which the ball comes off his hand. How does someone do that? That is incredible physics. I think the game just had a bit of a funny 5 minutes there, and if that had flown into the back of the net, it would have been even better. The ball did, however, fly into the back of the net next time around. Mario Balotelli does get his goal. 15 minutes from time, we eventually find ourselves going 1-0 up, and that was how the game was going to finish. So we do get the win. Delighted to do so. It would have been nice if we could have got a larger scoreline, and if it had come a little bit sooner, but 3 points is the most important thing. So 48 hours later, we have to travel all the way down to the south coast to play Southampton at St Mary's. They're obviously a much better side than Burnley, and also, again, I'm having to play a complete rotation side, and to be fair, the fitness was really starting to become a worry. Southampton having a lot worse a season in this series than they are in real life. Obviously 3rd in the table in real life, 16th in this particular series right now. They've got Artur Boruc in goal, not Fraser Forster, who's on the bench. But Alderweireld and Fonte at the back with Klein and Bertrand at the back. It's still the same sort of side that they'd be playing in real life, although Jay Rodriguez is in there as opposed to Sadio Mane. But still a very strong Southampton side. No idea why they're doing so poorly in the league. Again, as you can see, it's a full rotation side from me. And although we have got Daniel Sturridge and Felipe Coutinho back in the side, he's back from injury. Fortunately, that 5-day absence was actually gone by the time we got to this game. He was fully fit, so we were lucky to have him back. I was hoping he was going to be able to make the difference for us up top. But Steve Stephen Davis gets past the defenders here, and you can see me running in the bottom left-hand side of your screen with Mamadou Sakho. I thought I was running with Antonio Rudiger because I was holding like kind of down and right and running across the screen, and Rudiger, being controlled by the CPU, was making the same run, so my brain just didn't click the fact that he didn't have a little red triangle above him. I tried to put a tackle in and was like, it's not working, by which point I'd realised that I was in control of the wrong man, and then Stephen Davis went through and scored. So my mistake there, definitely. Unfortunately, we go 1-0 down early on, and then there actually it's going to be quite an end-to-end first half. Jay Rodriguez is going to stand this up, and a really good defensive header there from John Flanagan stops him from making it 2-0, although to be fair, Mattia Perrin probably would have had a decent save out of there, because he's been very good for us so far, Matteo Perrin. Both he and Rene Adler have been a lot better than Simon Mignolet ever was, but Graziano Pella and Jack Cork do a nice little 1-2 there before, again, Perrin with a really top save to keep them out. And we're in stoppage time at the end of the first half now. Like I say, it really was quite end-to-end. Stevie G is going to pick up the ball as it drops loose, gets it to Emre Can, squares it across to Douglas Costa. Again, tries to place it in that bottom corner, but unfortunately a little bit wayward, so we head into the second half, and both sides just completely died fitness-wise. As you can see, the next highlight doesn't come until 5 minutes from time. And you can tell from the fitness on Coutinho and Sturridge that they're really, really tired. Sturridge actually was probably my most healthy player. Health is not really the phrase, but my most fit player on the pitch with like 40% stamina at that particular stage. And that was the only chance we could create in the second half. So unfortunately, a 1-0 victory is followed up by a 1-0 defeat. Not the way we wanted to go about trying to chase down this side above us in the league, Manchester City. We were 3 points behind, but then of course got the win, so we're drawn level, and then we lost that game against Southampton. So as you'll be able to see from the league table in just a second, we now drop 3 points behind them again. We do have a game in hand on Everton though, and we're only a point behind, so should we be able to pick up at least a draw here, we will go above them. But if we win this one, we could go as high as 4th if Palace and obviously Manchester City would drop points. So if Palace dropped points as well, again a complete rotation 11 to the one that played against Southampton 48 hours previously, and this team still was only about 70-75% recovered from the game against Burnley in the first game of the episode, so it was a real tough place to be in, especially at home against Manchester City in the snow. As if things couldn't get worse, we've got no stamina on our players. We're playing one of the best sides in the division with Karim Benzema up top, with Edinson Cavani on the bench, by the way, and it's in the snow. But actually, Lallana does really well here, completely schools Sami Khedira there, and just can't quite find his angles for the shot, like the finesse shot towards the bottom corner he had against Burnley, just not quite getting the angle right, and the goalkeeper this time not needing to make the save because he shot just wide, and then I get a real slice of fortune there. Yaya Toure with a great shot comes back off the post, and luckily for me it falls straight into the arms of the awaiting Rene Adler, who's just lying there on the floor in the snow. But Sterling breaks through here, stands the ball up, and that is a top header from Mario Balotelli, scoring against his former side. Of course, we got him from AC Milan, but he was previously at Manchester City prior to that, and he scores against his former side there, and he's actually just been an absolutely standout talent for us all year long, Mario Balotelli. Took him a while to get off the mark. It didn't take long for Manchester City to get on the mark, though, after we'd scored, and they brought it back to 1-1 just a couple of minutes later. But Mario Balotelli has been spectacular for me so far this year. Like I say, it did take him a while to get off the mark and get his first goal, but once he did, my word, has he stepped up to the plate. Daniel Sturridge has been very disappointing for me so far this year, and I am genuinely considering selling him in the summer transfer window and bringing in a replacement, maybe even 2 replacements for Daniel Sturridge. That's the idea right now, but of course we'll finish this season first before we make any final decisions. And what a shot from Adam Lallana, first time on the volley from the edge of the box, rattles the top of the bar, and then it bounces away and we can't get to the rebound, so unfortunately stay at 1-1. Balotelli, as far as I'm concerned, fouled Dedrick Boyata there, but he races away, and it's going to be the same link up again. Ball over the top to Lallana, who volleys it. This time it can't get it on target at all, and it goes wide of the far post. So we're definitely on top in the final stages. Actually, we were a lot stronger in the second half in this game than we were against Southampton, which surprised me, to be completely honest. But Balotelli turns inside here, really good shot, but a top save again by Willy Caballero keeps us out, and Sterling just can't get his feet sorted quickly enough in the snow, and they get back to defend it well and get it clear. But Lallana in stoppage time now is racing away, gets it through to Hesse. Really good feet to get past one, pace and acceleration to get past the second. Lovely Ronaldo chop, and the finesse shot goes just wide of the far post, and that was the genuine last kick of the game. The referee blew his whistle as the ball flashed past the post. We get a point at home against Manchester City in the snow. Now, ordinarily, that would be a very, very good result, especially considering the state of the squad heading into that game. However, if you look at the league table now, if we'd won that game, we'd actually have gone into 4th above City and Palace. So I was devastated not to have been able to get all 3 points in that one. City would have been down on 45, we would have been on 45, and the goal difference may have slightly been in City's favour, so we may have only gone 5th, but if we had won it by 2 goals, then we would have gone above them. So it's really, really touch and go at the minute for that last European Champions League spot. Big jump though to Spurs in 3rd, unfortunately, and then an even bigger jump to 2nd and 1st in Chelsea and Manchester United. Chelsea, even with a game in hand on United, so could go a full 9 points clear at the top of the Barclays Premier League if they win that game in hand with 10 games to go. So the title's pretty much gone, but 4th place is well within our sights, and that's the aim. That's what the board wanted us to achieve in this first season, considering the amount of players we've let go and the amount of players we've brought in and the amount of upheaval there has been at the club in this season. I think to finish 4th, if we can do it, would be a very respectable achievement. We're obviously I actually won't spoil the result of the Capital One Cup final if you haven't seen it from yesterday, but to be fair, if you're this far in the video, you probably have, and I'll just quickly say, we've won the Capital One Cup final already. We're still going in the FA Cup. The next game actually is against Everton in the FA Cup, so another Merseyside derby on the horizon, and we're still going well in the Champions League with a 2-1 opening leg win against Juventus, and the second leg of that will be in Monday's episode as well. So 2 huge games for the next episode on Monday, but for now, for Friday afternoon, that will bring this episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed, whether it's this series, the My Player series, of which there was an episode last night, or the Career Mode Road to Glory. Again, there will be an episode of that tonight, and of course yesterday's video as well, the short one of the Team of the Year poll. Definitely check that out as well, and let me know what you got in your Team of the Year packs in the comments section on that video. But for now, for Friday afternoon, thank you very much for watching. Wait for the Career Mode Road to Glory later on tonight. Drop the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.